Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another exciting, innovating, and amazing Propagandacast with me, your host and Pearl Lane, the one and only Master Propaganda, hero's like defender of the fatherland, off you to one me one own Langres. In the south, it is Array, fighting for freedom, democracy, and liberty. Here with the US 1st Infantry Division, got a triple scout opening versus Dexn and Deutschland. Here in the north, they have Göring, Fallschirmpanzerdivision, and a quadruple pioneer opening. Definitely not meta.
Pioneers standing by.
Focusing on just getting as much map as you can sort of capture right away. Okay, double scouts, GPF array, not quite triple scouts, not ready for that. We are off here to an exciting match. As always, a big hearty thanks to my patron supporters for the continued generous and wonderful support of the Propagandacast, and a big thanks to keep commenting and liking my videos. Helps immensely with the YouTube algorithms, also keeps the cat from biting off my fingers. So we're off here with the Hauptmann Göring Fallschirmpanzerdivision, the Luftwaffe's only Panzer division, which is a fun fact. I actually had access to probably more types of camouflage uniforms than the other sort of part of the German branch, since they actually got access to the Waffen SS patterns as well. So, bit of a fun side note there. But Pine's getting focused down here already, taking heavy damage from the scouts. Moving already down. Jeep pipeline pressure. MD42 on the way for the Dexinator. As the Pioneers get pushed back. No, we got triple scouts, quad scouts. Okay. Apparently we are going heavy on the scouts after all.
MD42 team is ready.
Some interesting choices from both players. Perhaps exploring new paths in the meta game. Perhaps not. Hard to say here. We'll have to see MD42 moving down the middle here. No Fallschirm Pioneers out of Dexn. Not that I blame them. They're definitely sort of stuck currently in a sort of weird spot meta-wise. But they're just not particularly cost efficient. So I don't really blame anyone for like going for Luftwaffe but not going for the Fallschirm Pioneers. As they can, I find, tend to be a bit of a disappointment. But there you go, another MD40 for Dexn. Mine's been laid down there, go taking fire from the Jeep and Jürgen down, but still the mine is down. And Ray likely will have paid attention to this. In fact, we do get an engineer squad here, so likely Ray did. And it's going for the engineers simply for the purpose of getting a mine swap to do with that mine. Thumbs up here, Pioneers with the scouts over here. A lot of smaller skirmishes here between Pioneers and scouts. With Dexn's second MD42 team right around the corner.
MD42 and crew available.
There's a lot going on here so far. The south engineers coming out there for Ray. No minesweepers yet though. Be that Ray did not intend to go for minesweepers, forgotten about it, was just preoccupied with other matters. All very possible options here. We'll have to see, of course. There we got flare guns down the way for Ray's scouts. Pioneers going for the scouts there, going to push back with the Jeep before they're heavily damaged. There we go, minesweeper kits on the way there. East side here, making steady progress, avoiding the MD42s up nice in the little house here. Infantry support center there, and we got a bunker for Dexn. There we go. So yeah, thumbs up there to Ray. So quickly pulls back because they're concerned about getting shot down by the MD42 while sweeping the mines. Sensible as well there.
To a medical facility.
Medic bunker there for Dexn. Pretty early medic bunker though. Like, I think you very rarely see like a player think like, you know, go for a medic bunker this fast. That is also an interesting choice there by Dexn. Not bad, mind you, obviously, but definitely unusual. Meanwhile, Panzergrenadier company on the way. Guessing he wants to go for Panzergrenadiers unless he actually wants to go for Fallschirmjägers. I mean, I'd hope he'd go for Fallschirmjägers when he goes for Luftwaffe, because I will say, I do think the Fallschirmjägers beat out the Panzergrenadiers in most respects.
We have finished the research. Victory point lost.
Got the Pioneers there, Troll being pushed back here, almost getting wiped up in the Jeep Scout combo. Can Ray get the wipe? No, falls short there. Panzergrenadier company there halfway down, machine gun pushing in to support the Pioneers. East side here, grabbing fuel points, we got scouts diving in deep here. Good management there by Ray of all his units. And we got the reconnaissance run out of Dexn, so that could lend a bit of credence to the possibility that Dexn will go for Fallschirmjägers. Of course, he may go for at least one Panzergrenadier squad first before that. Maybe not, maybe it's a half track. Some big questions there, as this is definitely not most meta game plays here that Dex is committing to. Motor pool for Ray. Also worth noting, we still haven't seen a battle group out of Ray. I mean, typically, if you're going to go for that many scouts, you'd typically see airborne for the Pathfinders, but Ray so far is firmly staying clear here of Pathfinders. So, some very interesting strategies on play here, I think, from both sides. It's just unclear what exactly the end game is from either player. Got the Pack 40 on the way for Dex, not concerned about either half-tracks or greyhounds. Both of them in the current force composition would be very dangerous. The Pack 40 is almost done. Scouts about to get hit up. Infantry 42 and taken out, but no, gets out of there. Close call there for Ray's scouts. Pack 40 almost done. For Dexn and with Deutschland. There you go. Fudgemakers can be dropped down. Mortar team out here as well for Ray. Basically just dropped it down here with that one, I believe, there. So, you know, you can just quickly recruit up, use missions for that. There you go. Pack 40 ready, pushing up, Jeep unleashing hell there upon the MD42 team. And we got the mortar letting loose. Direct hit on the MD42 team, pushing down to half health. Definitely forcing Dexn to reposition. Lose it. But for Ray, we are seeing continued sort of like, you know, lack of battle accuracy. It is curious to see what, you know, Ray is going to end up with. Definitely something that's got my interest. Got the Pack 40 lined up here. Did a bit of light camouflage there. There you go, machine team being hammered by Ray's mortar team. Puts right to the Pack 40 and goes down as a 75mm armor-piercing shell flies straight through the entire thing, blowing it up.
Enemy forces have captured a victory point.
There you go, Fudgemakers on the way here for Dexn. Thumbs up. Support from the 1st Fudgemaker Division. Dropping in the FT-42s and dropping in behind enemy lines here. Bold, aggressive play there by Dexn. Meanwhile, Ray, in response to this sudden application of Fudgemaker force, commits to 2 Ralph squads here, so still leaves it unclear as to what Ray's endgame is here. Also, himself not seeing any Greyhounds, despite having the motor pool. Perhaps wanted just for the anti-tank guns, but could also, of course, go for airborne, so Ray likely isn't going for airborne here. Might just be armor then. Even then, I feel like you just go some other choices there if you're going to go for that. But advantages there for Ray. Dealing with the scouts. West side, Fudgemakers moving in there with their Fudgemaker there. 42.
The enemy has taken a victory point.
Likely the later model, which was easier to produce than the early model FT-42s. Little fun fact. There we go. Engagement caught in the retreat by the Fudgemakers. Letting loose here, and we could see a good chance of wipe here. Fudgemakers tend to be fairly decent in that, as again, they got actually like good DPS for a German unit. Of course, that is compensated by just being very, very like easy to take down. At least, you know, they sort of got a DPS that can sort of like match allied units. They're just typically not as bulletproof. Mortar firing down death from above here. Still in the battle group for Ray. We do get the medical station there, rifle closing in.
The enemy holds all victory points.
Triple cap here from Restwell against Dexn and the Hamann Göring Fudge on Panzerdivision. Change initially was well, it actually was a variety of units throughout the history of the Reich. Initially was a police battalion, sort of like, you know, served under Göring. Then it became a flak regiment. Then it became, I think, a Panzer Grenadier Division fought in North Africa. Then was reconstituted as a Panzer Division in Italy. And then, you know, moved to the Eastern Front, where it went to become a Panzer Corps with an additional Panzer Grenadier Division. So, some fun facts there. Second Fudgemaker Division inbound here for Dexn. Closing in with the Fudgemaker catching the scouts. We put your wipe here on Ray. Ray just looks around here watching. Perhaps you know, watching as the scouts get completely ripped apart by the Fudgemakers. Captain, scouts moving in here. Against the Fudgemakers, they may fall a bit short there. Pioneers is the rifleman there. Direct mortar hit there, and we see Friedrich there drawing his last high-definition breath there. Officer squads for the Panzer Grenadier Company to get those Fudgemakers up to Veterans 1. They really benefit from it. I mean, partly again, they get, like, you know, they become much harder, well, a bit harder to hit, which you really want for the Fallschirmjägers for aforementioned reasons. Plus, again, you hit Vetchi 2 and Vetchi 3 faster, which again, really provides some big bonuses to the utility. So, if you are like a player who's going to go for the Fallschirmjägers, Officers' Quarters is an absolute must. You absolutely are going to suffer much more with that. I mean, they're not bad. Again, they can still do a lot of damage, but again, they aren't as easy, like, you know, just shot down easily. And again, they hit those high levels of infantry much faster, which again, they really benefit from. I cannot stress just how much they become incredibly good with the high levels of infantry. Again, if you're going to go for them, Officers' Quarters is a must. It's definitely some of the best advice we give them Fallschirmjägers. They're close with the rifle, pushing down here with heavy automatic fire. Come on, Ludwig, raise that Fallschirmjägergewehr. Don't aim for the feet. So west side here, Array moving in. There's still no battle group out of Array, and again, despite the motor pool, nothing out of it either. I mean, again, it's slightly just there for entertainment in case, you know, Dexn throws, like, you know, fast light vehicle at Ray or, you know, something like that. But so far, it's just sort of collecting dust, and it's just being like, you know, man-pound fuel, achieving nothing for Ray. So, not exactly great upgrade buildings there so far for Ray. Not because it's individually bad, but if you're not using it at all, I mean, you know, might as well not be there. West side, the American forces of the 1st Infantryman Force here, B Company, striking at the left flank here of the Fallschirmjäger Panzergrenadier, the Fallschirm Panzergrenadier Company, number 5. Border by elements of the Fallschirmjägers there. I'm getting hammered with MD-42, airbus shells and MD-42 as well there. Scouts routed. Got 300 versus 153 here. Ray's got a good victory point lead, but Dexn with the Fallschirmjägers is really starting to apply the pain there and inflict harm on a serious scale.
They would be fools to take this route.
And some monster there for Dexn, thumbs up. Likely looking at getting cheaper reinforcements next. 3rd Fallschirmjäger squad. Oh boy. Now, there's a commitment I like to see. 2 thumbs up to Dexn. Oh, dropping in aggressively here again. But this time, might be a bit more of a creep drop as he's dropping right into, like, the hands of the enemy there. And quickly route it. Yeah, it takes so much damage there. For some reason, they're not retreat. Oh, they got stuck there. Really awkward happening there, I guess, from time to time. And of course, some of the rifle with VARs here. 4 squads. Yeah, Dexn got punished there by a bad bug. Though then again, he also kind of got punished from just not learning from creep, which is you don't drop them in, like, you know, deep within enemy territory, right into where, like, they're waiting. So, bit of mix of bad bug, but also just not exactly a great spot to call into in the first place at that stage. Like, even, you know, if they hadn't bugged up, there'd still be a decent chance they got wiped on a retreat, because again, rifle the bars and just again, Fallschirmjägers that aren't Vetchi 3 really do melt fast. Like, again, that Vetchi 3 bonus, but they get, like, you know, good, you know, bit more health really is important for them. And just helping them keep them, like, in one piece. Cannot stress that enough.
Victory point is under enemy control.
The Ray continues just tonight with a battle group they picked. We also got the Loiters later there for Dexn. Not cheap reinforcements, definitely been an interesting pick as well. Most players typically, if they do it for Fallschirmjägers, almost always then proceeds, like, you know, beeline for cheaper reinforcements. So Dexn, they're going for the Loiter. While expected, the path he chose there is certainly less expected. Ray, though, still no battle group. Almost 50 minutes of the game, then Ray just continues to very steadily refuse to go for anything there.
Bastards have secured our territory from us.
Enemy infantry!
Yeah, Dexn can call another Fallschirmjäger squad here. We'll have to see if he does that, but he's going to feel a bit sour. Having lost one there to, you know, a mix of optimistic zone designation and, of course, a bit of a bad bug. The bug definitely, though, did not do many favours. And if it hadn't happened, there'd definitely been a chance they could have survived. But again, there was like 4 rifle squads in the area with BARs. Not exactly what you want, like, in your squishy elite units nearby.
We should spend our munitions at once.
Bunch makes their big apart though. Need to get out of there. Booms. Also got that one to actually 2 thumbs up. Dexn for the resource. He could also just go for like stews. He could go for the Panzer Company versus Ray. I mean, the medic bunkers definitely also just proving to be a good investment, of course, here for Dexn. Same with all the pioneers in a sense, like they help generate a lot of like just cheap casualties, I imagine. So the medic bunker just probably also just feed him like a decent amount of like just cheap reinforcements.
Tribesman Pioneer are airborne and ready to deploy.
That's kind of interesting there. Anyways, Panzer Company on the way for Dexn. Meanwhile, Ray finally going for the motor pool, or anything out of the motor pool, a Greyhound, but it's probably going to fall a bit short against Dexn. Incoming armor. Still haven't seen like much there in terms of battle group decisions out of Ray.
Our front line fails. 250 points remain. Our enemy has control over all victory points.
Almost lost him for Dago. Route squad moving in. Could see a wipe here on Dexn's machine gun team unless Dexn gets very lucky here. Which I mean is possible. In this case, I mean, we sent 2 fighting squads that pretty much forced Riflemen to get out of there. That was a very close call there, but the function makers were able to save Dexn's machine gun team's bacon over there on the right flank.
Territory sector lost.
But now we do have the ground out. Just needs to stay, you know, clear of the function makers' Panzerfaust there. An upgrade yet for the Greyhound. But I imagine for Dexn, like seeing a Greyhound at like the 60-minute mark probably feels a bit good because it means he knows he doesn't have to like worry about any tanks anytime soon. It does provide Dexn here with a bit of an advantage strategically. And there you go, Panzer 4 on the way. Ray will definitely have to go for some anti-tank guns. Still no battle groups here out of Ray and America.
Commandant, you have command points available.
We've done it. Weapon team back at full flames. Orders coming in.
Panzer 4 halfway done. There you go, anti-tank gun for Ray. Definitely anticipating some armor soon here. Ray is not working on any Lucian versus Dexn.
Victory point is under enemy control.
Fighting mix walking through, they're gaining Betsy too.
Panzer Field. We are down to 200 points.
There you go, Pack 4 turning the ground, leading to a good, great shot there. Fighting mix has been knocked out here, but the BAR wielding rifle. Panzer 4 though pulling out here for Dexn and Deutschland move to the front line. Big aggressive push for Ray, but again, lacking any significant anti-tank assets. That Panda 4 is going to be able to head for it. That said, he does have a great victory point here with Dexn. 399 versus 180. Bit of a gap though. It's going to take a while here for Dexn to close. Also need to fix up that Greyhound, obviously. It's only approaching the 20-minute mark. We still haven't seen like a battle group out of Ray. It's definitely has me thinking it might just be on purpose that Ray he hasn't picked the battle group, because you definitely get with some players from time to time. There you go, Panda heavy damage. MD42 team also up with the airburst shells, and down it goes. Loiter though called in here by Dexn, saving the Panda 4 I think here very narrowly though. May not be enough here to prevent Ray to get his hands on the MD42 or just destroy it. Fighter makers leading a counterattack here. Closing in there to keep the Americans from pursuing the Panda 4. Bold counterattack here by the Green Devils, as they were colloquially known by the Western Allies. Though, of course, in this case, as you might notice, there's not a lot of green over them. They actually use a olive-green colour scheme themselves, I believe. Or, of course, just various patterns of camouflage. Like that. Pack 40 machine gun moving in there, Panther 4 being fixed up. 136 to 399.
We've done it. You need us?
Could call another fighting league squad, call just go for Starstruppen. Maybe another machine gun team. I mean, okay, we do get another fighting squad for Dexn. 2 thumbs up.
We have surplus munitions to spend.
Dropping in the mighty Fallschirmjäger. Getting ready for another push here, 135 to 95. But still, no battle prey here.
We have Fallschirmjäger
It continues
ready
to be an
for orders.
interesting yet bold statement here by Ray. Maybe he's just trying to get bored, I don't know. Hard to say here. Fallschirmjäger definitely should be bunched up when a US mortar's nearby. Like, if they get hit by an air shots, that could become very expensive for Dexn. Very expensive. Pioneers will spawn in the Panther on the southern push. You're looking to screen out the right flank down to Ray's command. Sander Graham not engaging the Fallschirmjägers. Rifleman scouts, captain all letting loose. Graham being hammered the pack 40. 135 to 82. And there you go, artillery unleashed by the captain.
Luftwaffe ground forces available as
And
reinforcements.
there you go, cheap reinforcements for Dexn ahoy. As for Ray, tank depot perhaps?
We have lost control of a victory
Or
point.
perhaps trying just to suddenly, turn on the Brat Pit button and turn out EC8s. Possible. It's tough to say, of course, what exactly Ray's game plan is. So the USF, he just, make so many choices in a way. Particularly Armoured is, just good at, any point in time. It's a bit tough to predict what Ray might be up to, if anything at all. We got their Dexn deviously sneaking up the hit in the western field plan there. Thumbs up. It's going to force Ray to have to withdraw forces from the front line to deal with that. Then we get 2 units, the captain and the scout, to try and put an end to that. Even the Greyhound is being dispatched there. And there you go. Finally, we get a battle choice here for Ray. 21, almost 22 minutes into the game, and it is in fact Armoured. Ultimately, that would also been my guess after 20 minutes. That just reeks of Armoured. Another Panther for Dexn. That means Ray, for this choice there, is going for the call-in EC8s. Rat Pit. In a can.
Commandant, we have surplus
Second
munitions
Panther
to
down for
spend.
Dexn. Scouts that are being met by the Fallschirmjägers taking heavy damage. There you go, Panther Swing catching the scouts in the bad spot. Also, final side note, but the Fallschirmjägers would have had their own scouts as well. I know. So, Pioneers is Rifleman absolutely being whelmed with the GIs here, the Riflemen of the United States Army. Fallschirmjägers is close again, going for the mortar, catching a Ray in a bit of an awkward spot there. Panther 4 being caught with the entertain gun. But far from Panther 4, but no retreats. Does not stick around for any longer. Concerned about cancel shots, perhaps. Not hoping for that. 173 and 73.
Sector now under enemy control.
Ray still got a bit more to go forward, calling in the EC8 before we can summon Brad Pitt. Here's Captain going west with the
We
Pioneers.
should spend our munitions at once.
Also, quite a bit of munitions float there by Dexn.
Enemy forces have captured a victory point.
And artillery against the Fallschirmjägers. And tank gun number 2 there for Ray. Clearly aware that the number of German tanks is increasing while his EC8s are currently not. So you need more to tank to stall out. And there you go. Brad Pitt has been summoned. The beacons have been lit. There you go. Brad Pitt on the field here.
Applied to Panzers.
Shoots left for Dexn, 2 thumbs up. There you go, easy it out. So call that because of the designation E8, which was basically referenced in part the suspension, which made for a very smooth ride for a tank. That's the point. 50 cal there being added. Add some added anti-infantry, thumbs up.
Armored skirts applied. Good hunting.
Shots are up there. Buckingham about it here, closing in with their Fallschirmjäger gewehrs.
The enemy has taken a victory
With
point.
limited support that the easy targets just focus down for Ray's forces, and that does force the action to be for Fallschirmjägers. Handball moving forward on the right flank, anti-tank letting loose. Panther 4 takes a shot from the front armor, but the German army keeps up, fights pretty close in. We could see a Lloyd called in here. Be a pretty good time, and there you go. Exactly as I say it. Dexn reaches through the ether and summons the Luftwaffe here. Anti-tank force withdraw, easy getting out of there. Ray will need one to tank guns, I think, here. Or might just hold up for another EC8, who knows. Ace level Fudgemakers there, definitely where things get very good for these chaps. Once again, they do become a fair bit more durable from, what, in 60 to 500. Plus, of course, some significant bonuses to the accuracy, which really means they can, like, hurt the infantry. Reinforcement against light vehicles in the west, looking to quickly deliver some more crucial blows to Ray. Probably trying to, like, just keep Ray contained before he can, like, you know, build up, like, a critical mass of EC8s. Some German Panther here unleashing help on the scouts. Almost got the scout, but no, they get away. EC8 rolling ahead here. 82 versus 342. The gap remains fairly significant between Dexn and Ray, but in other ways, Dexn is definitely taking ahead here of Ray. This could still, in some ways, go either way. Another anti-tank for Ray. Not too surprised. Trying to hold up for another EC8, so anyone can get a chance for Ray under current circumstances.
Enemy forces have captured a victory point.
Ace Fudgemakers force withdraw here. They might have an iron cross, but that does make them bulletproof. I'm getting mauled. MD4 to taking 90 with the ambush shells. Close call there, and there you go. Pack 40 in trouble here. Ray sends an opportunity. Goes here for Dexn Juggler. Clears out the pack group. Panther force withdrawing. Could grab the pack 40. Turn against Dexn as well there, but likely just wants to destroy it, which can't call him for that. Panther force taking terrible damage. The front line is crumbling. The Fudgemakers, no one seen to support here. And Ray there. Leveraging momentum. Keep pushing forwards. Dexn falling back here behind the tree line. Trying to bring in more forces to stabilize here, but Ray is maintaining a strong and ruthless momentum. No! Falls back here, giving Dexn perhaps a chance to counterattack. Fudgemakers take a punishing blow though, but do narrowly avoid annihilation. Need to get the Panthers fixed up and may want to flank here. On the west side, we do get Fudgemakers here, but they're in trouble with the Greyhound and the mortars. Almost being wiped as well there. Still, Dexn's got plenty of manpower. Could call in some more Fudgemakers, apply even more infantry pressure to Ray. Maybe just go for another machine gun, mortars, or just hold up for a Panther 4. More. Send some options here, and that Dexn will take versus Ray. And with this, Ray does fall back a bit here, allowing Dexn to reoccupy previously lost positions, which isn't super ideal there for Ray, considering all the, you know, fighting there. And to be caught with an ACMG for 2 team. More to the Catacomb begin proceeding to last the MD42. Panther force trying to double anti-tank guns. Not ideal here for Dexn. Once clears out one of the guns pretty quickly, fights to wipe the other one. Armor piercing rounds activated. 2 thumbs up. Overlooked, but I think potability. And there you go, second gun down though. This is it. This I think the moment here Dexn needs to move forwards. Panther first needs to hit Brad Pitt screaming for his stunt double to take over before the tank blows up.
76mm Sherman has been crushed.
Veterans 1 activated. A stinging blow there to Ray. Heavy losses, and now Ray lacks any significant way of dealing with the Panther force as they push forwards here. Do get some snares off, but he's going to need a lot more to take out those Panther force as the fighter begins to support in the rear. Crowd squad trying to get wiped. This is an absolute massacre. The front line has basically imploded for Ray and the US 1st Infantry Division. This is just turning into a massacre. Absolute devastation.
Panzer 4 is field ready.
36, 22, 12. Greyhound rushing in. 56 to 298. Third Pentafor lining up. That's the other Pentafor's getting repaired. Ray going for the Fallschirmjägers. Another anti-tank gun for Ray. Trying to stabilize, trying to buy time, but the odds are not looking great for Ray now. Not with a half-strength Panzer platoon there. Or almost full-strength Panzer platoon, depending on which year of Panzer platoon you're looking at. Backed up by several very elite Fallschirmjäger squads at this point. I mean, combined, the Fallschirmjägers probably account for all of the, like half of all the casualties inflicted upon Ray at this point. Just to give you an idea, like how powerful they actually can be in the right hands, as long as they just get utterly melted by enemy fire. Antidote to that, yeah, with that I think it's GG here. Ray has lost.
Losing control of a sector.
Why? And there you go, GG, game over. A brutal match here. Ray, I think, definitely had the opportunity, but somewhat slipped there towards the mid-late game, and Dexn just sort of pushed in hard with the Fallschirmjägers. And, you know, Sun did some brutal damage there. But I think it is a good highlight just again, you know, the Fallschirmjägers in the right hands can be quite powerful, because again, they do pack a punch. That says they're probably one of the best units just in terms of like pure DPS from a German infantry unit in the game currently. So there you go. Hope you enjoyed this match. I've learned something from it. This is Imperial Ancient. Cheers, and see you all tomorrow for another episode. Bye everyone.